In this video I'm going to show you how to replace an arm in a blocking board. Sometimes during shipping, or just if you drop it on a corner, this post may have broken off. This actual arm replacement is a much more durable arm. Before, I used to print this in place. Let's see if I can show a little bit more. I used to print that part in place on the printer, and the weakest part of a 3D printed object is one that's printed on the grain. So this one actually is a separately printed piece, and then I push it into the arm. There's a hole in the arm. Makes it much stronger. So you're not going to be able to break that, at least not like the other one. Anyway, so to replace it, all you have to do is turn it over, and you'll see that there's 8 fasteners around the back of the board. These 7 right here, the ones that are on this side here, those fasteners will just take a quarter turn to undo them. But the one by the thumb wheel, that's actually a threaded screw, and so you have to remove that completely by using a dime or a screwdriver. So just go ahead and start there. And it's just going to take a few turns, and you can probably just use your thumb, your hand, to then undo it the rest of the way. And then set that one aside. Okay, and then now the remaining fasteners, you'll just want to do a quarter turn. And it should have a pretty tight, but don't force it beyond a quarter turn, because then you'll break some of the internal plastics of the fastener. And once you do all 8 of them, like that, or all 7 of them, so now those are loosened, and now what you can do is you can pull the boards apart, like so. Okay. So now what you're going to have is the baseboard. You'll see the big gear and the thumb gear. Just set that down, and then you'll have the arms will slide out easily. So if you want to, you don't have to. You could put some tape on top of it to kind of hold those in place. That makes it a little bit easier. But all you have to do really is just add that extra arm, or a number of arms that you've needed to replace. And then what I do is I take it, and so now what you have to do is you have to align this top piece right here with that. So if you notice, there's the threaded hole right there. That's going to go back onto there. So what I do is, then I'll take that and I'll just hold kind of the bottom 2 together so they don't slide down, and just set it on top. Now it won't quite align because the screw or the gear isn't going to quite hit the post properly. So, but I'll align it to where it's just about perfect. And then what I do is I actually just turn the thumb wheel until it gets set in place. There you go. So now you'll kind of feel that the board went back into place. And this is really the only tricky part, is to get that bottom gear lined up with the posts that are in the arms on there. But like I said, I just kind of turn it a little bit until it's down in place. Then you go ahead and turn it back over, and you can start anywhere if you want to. I usually just start putting it back in where the thumb wheel is, and screw that back into place. And one thing I don't mention in my documentation, but it really hasn't been much of a problem, and probably most people figure it out, is that if it's too loose, where the arms kind of go back in due to the pressure of the block that you're putting in place, you can actually tighten this up, and it will create a little bit more friction on the thumb, and that'll keep the arms from folding back in easily. So that's kind of an adjustment thing that people will do on there, or can do. So, but anyway, after I put that one in and get it to about where I want it, then I go ahead and do a quarter turn back on the remaining fasteners. So, and I assume you can probably see that groove in there. Yeah, there's a little groove there in the fastener. And the dime fits just about perfect in there. And there's 7 of those, so make sure you do all 7. And there you go. And then, like I said, I still maybe, before I ship, I test it and make sure that they stay in. If I push in a little bit of pressure, it doesn't automatically go in. It can hold, it can hold all your blocks without collapsing. So there you have it. That's all you got to do. Anyway, so I hope this video helps you. It's kind of rough. I probably won't do much editing to it. So, all right, cheers.